Danica Childs was wearing a black sweater jacket with a fur hood, a Mickey Mouse t-shirt, blue jeans, and black suede boots, and left few clues as to her whereabouts. It's been many years since Diane Zorro has seen her smart, outgoing daughter, a poet, a talented dancer who vanished one December afternoon after failing to show up for a shopping trip for Christmas with her sisters and friends. Every year as winter approaches, Zorro is once again reminded of the last conversation she had with her daughter and the discovery she made in the days after Christmas that revealed her 17-year-old daughter Danica Child's secret double life and galvanized her own fight against human trafficking. Childs disappeared December the 21st, 2007 from Federal Way, Washington after failing to show up for a planned shopping trip. Zorro had talked to her daughter on the phone earlier that day. It was just a normal conversation, and she said that she was going to come to her house a little later because she had plans to go Christmas shopping with her sisters and her friends. After the two hung up, Zorro remembered something else she wanted to tell her daughter and immediately called back, but it went straight to voicemail. Every time I called, that's what would happen, she said. Childs had told her mother that her phone was dying, so initially Zorro wasn't overly concerned, but after she missed the shopping trip and still hadn't been seen by her friends, the next day Zorro contacted the police. In the days that followed, disturbing details would begin to emerge that revealed that Childs, once a happy and energetic child, had been sexually exploited in the months before she disappeared. Zorro would learn that her daughter, who had been spending time at her friend's house, had spent the night before her disappearance at a local motel that was known for drugs and prostitution. Her mother thought the discovery was a red flag, but she also knew teens that age would often rent out hotel rooms to have a place to party. Even more troubling was the discovery of Child's coat, purse, and cell phone, all left behind at the motel without any trace of Childs herself. Then a few days after Christmas, Zora was able to figure out the voicemail password to her daughter's phone. She listened to a series of really heartbreaking messages on her daughter's phone that made it clear that she was being exploited. That was a big shock. I had no clue, she said. I knew it was around. I knew it was around our area even, but I didn't realize that it was affecting these young girls. The messages, which hadn't been listened to, started from the time Zorro had first tried to call her daughter back, suggesting that Childs may have vanished shortly after the phone call between the mother and daughter. It seems that she did not use the phone at all from that point on, she said. So what led to Childs being sexually exploited? As a kid, Child was one of 4 sisters in the family, had lots of energy, did well in school, and was well liked by her peers. She always loved to dance, so in elementary school, when they had talent shows, she would get her friends together and she'd kind of choreograph routines, Zero said, adding that even after she got to middle school, some of the students asked for help choreographing dances. She was also a great writer and wrote her own poetry. I have a whole box full of poetry and things that she wrote, her mom said. I really can't bear to go through it and read them anymore, and because all I think of is her, and her idea was someday maybe they could be song lyrics. By the time she reached high school, Childs was exceeding in school, and her counselors and teachers recommended she be part of a high school program that allows students to work towards their higher education goal of a diploma and associate's degree at the same time by allowing the students to take classes at the community college. Everybody thought she would do great, Zora said. However, Childs struggled in the program, and on the bus rides to college, Childs also began to connect with another student who would later turn out to be a pimp, according to Zorro. She decided to change her course academically and enroll in the district's alternative school, which gave her the opportunity to go to school several days a week and work at a job. Childs had dropped out of the program briefly as she considered pursuing her GED, but had re-enrolled and was scheduled to graduate on time when she disappeared. Things were just starting to turn around and look better, Zorro said, but Childs was also dating the boy she had met on the bus. It's a connection Zorro believes led to her daughter's exploitation. There have been few clues into what may have happened to the teen since she vanished more than decades ago, but her family still holds onto the hope that she may be alive. Authorities initially believed she was most likely a runaway, not a kidnapping victim. Although Zorro believes that Childs turning her life around in the weeks prior to her disappearance, combined with the evidence that she was being sexually exploited, means she hadn't simply run away. It was frustrating back then because I would think a lot more could have been done by the police on the end of things. And it's like she is a runaway, and I had to twist arms and do a lot of my own research and talk to the Seattle Police Department to even get it identified and classed as a human trafficking case, Zoro said. Through her own research, Zoro learned how prevalent human trafficking is in the Washington area. According to a report from the Washington's Task Force Against Trafficking of Persons, the state is a hotbed for human trafficking because it is an international border with Canada, multiple ports, and vast rural areas. Zoro became an advocate against trafficking and joined a Federal Way community action team dedicating to stop human trafficking in the area. She spoke out about her daughter's case and worked with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children to create a video for her daughter and tried to increase awareness for other parents. A possible lead came in 2015 when a friend found a picture on Instagram of a girl in Las Vegas who bore a striking resemblance to Child's. One of Child's sisters posted the photo on her Facebook wall before taking the image down a short time later. Not long after, Child's sister received a message through Facebook from someone claiming to be Child's. The person even used nicknames the sisters had for one another and claimed to be in hiding. Child's sister responded back to the Facebook message, but the Facebook account had been sent, it was quickly taken down. The family believes the Facebook message was indeed an attempt from Danica to reach out and let them know that she was alive. Zoro isn't sure whether the message had been from her missing daughter or not, but she's still hopeful that her daughter is alive, and she hopes that even after all these years, someday she'll find her way home. No matter the circumstances or what happened, we, the whole family, we love her, we miss her, she said. I want to know she's okay. I want to see her beautiful face, Zoro continued. That's my baby. Then Dianne Zoro, Danica's mother, has co-founded the nonprofit Federal Way Coalition Against Trafficking, and she is still looking for her daughter. Danica Dianne Childs, a biracial black-white female, was born on May the 25th, 1990, and was 17 years old when she went missing. She is 5 feet 2 inches tall and weighed approximately 100 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Danica may dye her hair dark brown, and she may pierce her ears, navel, and nose. Her nicknames are Neek and Nika. If you have any information on Danica, please contact Federal Way Police Department at 253-835-6856, or if you wish to remain anonymous, contact your Crime Stoppers.